computer. All right, so now we're recording. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say about, having a plan every time. So, what is your goal at your vendor event, Erica?
My goal is to possibly get some recruits.
Okay.
That's my main goal. I'm okay with my customer base that I have, but I in order to grow, I need some people on my team.
Right.
So that's the ultimate goal, is to get a team going now.
Right. And that's really what Nancy said too, because she said her goal was recruiting. So when you're at the event, is everybody going to want to sign up to be a representative?
No.
Okay. So you're going to pick up customers no matter what.
Right.
But if you don't have the recruiting info there, if you're not talking about it, if you're not making that part of the conversation, then there is no one going to sign up because they didn't know that's what you're there for. Because they're going there for one reason, right? They're going to shop. They didn't know they was going to change their life today. They're just going shopping with their friends.
We don't get them for free.
Yeah. So I had talked with, and I think I had the same conversation with Erica and Nancy about, because we'll have a product display a lot of times. You don't always have to. But if you have an area of your table for fundraising, an area of your table with some product, and an area on your table that has some recruiting information, you're covering all three areas. And you don't have to have anything expensive to be able to show the recruiting and the fundraising aspect. If you have a Herbie, or you can want to buy a Herbie, that's great. Set that Herbie up there on that table. Buy those little, I thought I had one of those clear picture frames that just set up. Put some fundraising flyers in it and make sure that opportunity is there for them. On the other side, if you have recruiting information, how many of y'all, I know a couple of y'all, and some of them aren't on the call, but earned the $100 kit, right? Man, if you have that $100 kit sitting out there, what is the $100 kit for? If you was to buy the $100 kit, what's it for? Or if you want it, doesn't matter.
For advertising or sampling.
Yeah. The best use of your kit, no matter what size, is for sampling, advertising, and gaining new customers. Because it was like I was explaining to someone the other day, and I'm looking for something on my desk, and there's nothing. For lack of anything better near my hands, if this come in my kit, and let's say it costs $10. If I sell it for $10, I made $10, right? Okay. But what if I sampled it to 10 people and I sold 10? Then how much money did I make?
You got 100.
100. Now, if you can sample a 10 out of 10 and get 10 orders, more power to you. But I think y'all got the idea, right? Okay. So you don't have to have the $100 kit either. If you don't have the $100 kit, you have other products available. You have gift sets. You have things that you've purchased and you want to use those as samples and demos. That's just ways to sell and promote product. It's very hard to know what people will buy at a vendor event besides Skin So Soft bath oil. I don't know of anything else. And now that I've said that, y'all probably won't sell any Skin So Soft bath oils at any of your events for the rest of your Avon career. I just doomed you.
It's a good thing I only have one.
Yeah. Skin So Soft sells. I don't know how long some of y'all have been around. Some of y'all are pretty new. But if you're around long enough, one of the first things you're going to learn is to always have a couple of bottles in your car. Oh, you sell Avon? Do you have any Skin So Soft?
Right. I don't know how many times I've heard that.
Yeah. And if you say no, they look at you like, well, then what are you doing? So I learned that lesson. I always kept a couple of bottles in my car. And what's funny is they didn't want the medium size one. They didn't want now sometimes they wanted the spray one, but most of the time they want the big one. So, all right. So what other kind of burning questions have y'all had on your mind over the last week?
Well, it's not a burning question, but since we where is there anywhere on the Avon U, I mean in the training or on the Avon 2.0 website where there's recruiting information? Because I'll get it from the groups that I'm in, and is there anywhere stationary that it is?
Has anybody seen any recruiting information on there? I don't think there is either, because what is it that you're wanting to know? Because
just some general information that I would, pass on or have, available.
Okay.
Because I can tell them, but I want to make sure I have the right information to pass forward.
Okay, so maybe flyers that shows the kits. Is
Yes,
that what you're thinking? Okay.
Yeah, flyers.
I agree.
And the whole, the benefits, just the whole thing.
The benefits
about
of
the-
selling.
What about the big Kickstart thing that we have? I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
The Kickstart program? I know she has seen it because all of y'all have seen it.
I mean, 'cause I got a big cardboard of it. I mean, you can put that out there. That kind of, I think, would help.
Okay.
It's a very simplified process.
Well, I guess this one is this.
Yeah,
you can.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a good
I
one.
thought it was some more stuff.
If I was to put that up, I would put that in one of those picture frames because you want things to look very nice.
Right.
And then I would take some some money, not ones, but apparently all my play money is down to ones, and I would stick that on that picture frame.
That's a good idea.
Real money?
Not real money.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's good, ain't
Like
it?
real money?
No, it's giant.
Oh, okay. I was like, real
Don't put no more money, you'll lose your money and
Right.
your little frame. But not ones, put hundreds, and put them up there, and get people. That will get people's attention.
Okay.
But as
Go
far as-
ahead, I'll come get you. I'll come get that money.
So you've got, a little money to get their attention. You could even put money around the recruiting end of the table. And because people are going to talk about it because they can't help it. That's a good idea, actually. They cannot help but say, oh, look at all that money.
Right.
There you go. So you could do that. You could put pictures. I'm going to put pictures of the flyers on our Facebook page at some point tonight. I have a call till after 9. Then I got to help my son with his homework. But at some point tonight, I'll do that. I'll put it in the files so that y'all have it. And also, you said something that got my attention. Well, I think the actual sign-up process is so simple.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot to do. But to your point, you want to make sure they leave there knowing how they're going to be able to reach you. So I think if you're going to go to an event, one of the things you really want to do is make sure they leave there with something with your web address on it, your e-store address.
With that, and I want to make sure my phone is charged and my data's on, because if they want to sign up right then, I want to be able to take them right to that website and guide them through.
Exactly.
This thinker.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm glad we didn't do that. She's on.
I walked away for a minute. Did anybody get any of these, the Boss Life, to sign up? Is that what y'all talked about?
Yeah, and there's some flyers that you can buy. I think you can buy those online. Do you get those at Town and Country now? Is that right?
No,
Bill?
that was at Avon, through Avon, not Town and Country this time.
Yeah. So you can get flyers like that.
Okay.
All right. So it wasn't a burning question, but I think it's a pretty good one. So who had an aha moment through our calls?
I think our entire call was an aha moment for me Monday.
was a good meeting. It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I've had a lot of good one-on-ones. That's why I'm surprised attendance is low tonight. And I'm like, oh, did I do? Run everybody off? I scared them to death.
I totally forgot.
Oh, you're here. You made it.
You scared me though.
Huh? I
You
scared you?
scared me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thank you for that because
Good. I'm
I
very
feel a little
honest.
bit more interested now.
Good. Good. I'm very honest.
Very.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and I always tell people, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you what's in it for you if you decide to do it.
Yeah.
And then it's really up to you to pick it up and decide that's what you really want. So let's see. So tell me a little bit about your aha moments. What kind of struck you in the conversation?
When we talked about our action plan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny that we did that, and when you said it, it rang a bell. Duh, that's what our overall goal is.
Yeah.
To do to get through, but I don't know where my mind was that day. But that was kind of weird. You know, it's like
prepared that day to be told, okay, what's your action plan? You wasn't
right,
because that was our first call.
right.
But if you want to get to Bronze Ambassador, and the name of the whole class is Path to Bronze Ambassador. By the end of this 4 weeks, you either need to be a Bronze Ambassador or be incredibly close to becoming a Bronze Ambassador. So the action plan. What do y'all think about having to have an action plan and really having to do stuff every single week?
Well, if you don't have an action plan, you ain't going to do anything.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I mean, when we talked, I was talking about, you were talking about the Facebook thing, how you go and, like every once in a while to make sure your stuff starts showing up on their page and stuff. I mean, I never thought about doing that because, like you said, you don't know. I mean, a lot of the people that I got like over probably 500 friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they don't all see my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Remember, Facebook is a social network, not a selling network. I think we forget that a lot. And I know we do because I've opened up my Facebook page on a Saturday morning and one day I thought I was in the wrong place. It was it was ad after ad after ad after ad after ad. And it wasn't just all Avon.
Yeah.
It was like 10 other companies that my friends have all signed up for. And I went through there and there's so many. So I was like, if I liked you, you stayed. And if I didn't really know you or care much for you, I went ahead and just unfriended you right then and there. Because I was like, I am not going to open my Facebook page where I want to see my family and see ad after ad after ad after ad.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. So, Teresa, I thought that was funny that I scared you, and I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I can be very direct, but I'm glad that you're here tonight because that tells me that whatever I said or whatever you started thinking about has got you wanting to do more with your business.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I didn't scare you away. I'm glad
Oh no.
you were tough enough to take it.
It was fun.
Good. Tabitha, did you have an aha moment from our call you'd like to share?
Yeah, it's just realize that the thing that's keeping me from bronze is having people under me.
Yeah.
Having people on my downline. It's like, that's what's keeping me from it. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny, we talked a lot about Kickstart, a whole bunch about Kickstart. I get an email tonight, and I don't know if I ought to share this or not, but it's from my boss, and she's like, you have a lot of people who are almost at Kickstart, but they don't have a team. Yeah, I know. I know. So tomorrow when I talk to her, I just have to tell her everything that I've been doing. And I think a lot of times it's easy to sell. It's not easy to bring someone in because you get nervous. And so why don't y'all tell me a little bit, and because this is our collaboration group. This is when y'all are here together. And to share information and kind of show your vulnerability. Show the things that you're wondering about so that you can learn how to overcome it. So, what scares you the most about asking someone to join your team?
No.
Of course, them saying no.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I can't get through to my head is plow through those no's because your yes is in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. So I want to share something that turned a light bulb on me one time, because I know it's scary and nobody wants to be told no. But I had somebody share this with me one time. If you ask someone something and they tell you no, what did you lose?
Time. That's it.
Yeah, maybe a few minutes. But what if they say yes?
Then you gain.
Yeah. What if you never ask?
You'll never know.
There you go. You know, we talked a lot in our conversations about learning when to ask, learning when to put that in the conversation. And, you know, we get so excited because somebody's talking to us. Oh my God, he's talking to me. And inside your little brain, she's doing cartwheels. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get one of these cartwheels. And I just can't wait to say, so why don't you sell Avon with me? And, you know, you don't want to take all the time in the world, but you do want to find the opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So based on our conversations that we had, when do you think is the best time to present the opportunity to become a representative?
And they're excited and they're looking through the book.
When you
Okay,
find out why is.
Okay. They
Yeah,
find out what the why is. So when they're excited and looking through the book, what do you have at that point?
their attention.
Interest and attention. You're exactly right. So when we know they love Avon then, because they're excited about what they're looking through. So then how would you go on to the conversation? So I'll just give you all a little scenario. Let's just say, I have to have a book in my hand. I'm such a prop person. So I'm at Erica's event, and she hands me an Avon book, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in forever. So what's going through your head?
One, that she's excited about it, that you're excited about seeing Avon.
Yeah. All right. So what are y'all going to say to me?
That happened today.
Okay, so we got some, and I know this is real life stuff because all of y'all are looking like it's happened, but then I might say the wrong thing if I speak up right now.
Well, what happened was I went to get my battery changed because my battery died. And I'm sitting, someone looked at me and said, "Are you Kathy?" She was looking for another customer. And I'm like, "No." And then I just happened to look at her and go, "Hey, would you like an Avon book?"
Okay, good. So I got an Avon book now. Now I'm all excited. And y'all help her out. If Tabitha doesn't know what to say, why don't y'all give me some ideas? You gave me the book. I'm excited about it. Now, what are you going to say to me? Call me if you need me.
That's probably my biggest thing is I don't know what to say.
That's exactly right.
Well, I told her about the Christmas party. I told her that, and I got my information on the back. Just give me a text or call. It's funny because she was looking for her,
So what's the
looking for
Christmas
something
party?
called diamonds. Wired diamonds, I guess.
What's the Christmas party?
October the 19th, I'm doing a Christmas demonstration.
Where at?
Salvation Army, 419 South Madison, 6 to 8.
Okay. So you just met me. I don't know you from Adam, and you've invited me to your party.
It's neutral ground, the Salvation Army.
Sounds good, because if it was at your house, I'd be like, I ain't going.
Yeah, you crazy. It's like.
Okay. So you've invited me to an event. So what else? And that, not that you said anything wrong, okay? You're starting to build the relationship. That you got to start somewhere. So what else could have been said? Everybody has a different approach.
How's your day at work going today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. But we're not at work. Remember, we're what, a tire shop?
Yeah, we're at Walmart.
Okay, so we're at the Walmart tire shop, and
I thought you were talking to the clerk, and
was you talking to the clerk?
Yeah, she was the clerk at the.
So how's your day at work? I thought it was another customer at the same place she was at. So that's a good one. How's your work day going today?
Mm-hmm.
But then what do we find out?
How their work day is really going, and we can pick up on that.
Find out they don't like their job.
Oh, life story.
A lot of times we'll find out they're only doing that for a little time. How many times y'all ask somebody something like, so how's things going today? Well, it's okay, but I hate it here. I'm only doing this till I get through college, and you hear, like somebody said, my whole life story.
We found out we got rent to pay, and we only get 20 or 30 hours a week.
You hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, well then I have something special then. I sell Avon. Would you like to sell Avon?
Hold on, sister. Hold on. We're not there yet.
She's
Good
ready.
point, but not yet. Okay, she's ready to jump the gate, but we ain't ready. Okay. All right. So you also could have said, what's your favorite product? Because remember, if you keep the conversation right on Avon for a few minutes.
Velvet. I pulled out my lotion and showed it to her to see if she wanted to try it.
Yeah, there you go. Offer a sample. You can ask her how her day's going.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask what their favorite product is. Every single one of those things are open-ended questions, which gives them the opportunity to talk back to you. So I'm going to be the clerk. So I'll say something like, yeah, it's going fine. It's just I'll be glad to go home. What would you ask me then?
How long you been here today?
I've been here 10 hours, and I would so much rather be home with my family. I've got a baby who's 8-month-old, and I've got a 3-year-old. And, I mean, they just need their mama. 10 hours is too long.
Wouldn't that just be awesome to be able to sit home and not have to worry about it?
Oh, my gosh, it sure would. But I got to work.
Wouldn't you like to work from home, though?
I would love to work from home, but, you know, I got to have a pay. I don't know where to get started.
Well, I work from home. And I have a new baby. Would you like to sit down and talk to me about some Avon? Maybe when you get
Hold on. You are on the total right track. You're on the total right track, but I want you to pull back just a minute. When you first have that urge to jump in there and throw it on, could you just pull the reins back and stay on that same track, but don't mention Avon just yet? So what did you say? You said, well,
I'm gonna stay at home, Mom. I have a 5 month. She's not 8 months. I'm telling about your baby. I got a 5-month-old baby, and I stay at home with her.
Yeah, but how do you make money?
Well, actually, I sell Avon.
Okay.
Avon's allowed me to stay at home.
I have asked her. Now, I would have went a little deeper. That's because I've had a lot more practice, which is what y'all are going to get. But she was totally on the right track. But beat that Avon urge down just for a few more minutes, okay?
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like as soon as we get interest, we're like,
and you can't wait to say it. So beat it down just for a minute longer. Not too long, but a minute. And say, well, I stay home with my baby, and my side job allows me to bring in the extra income we need so that I'm able to do that. And it's, I just feel like it's really important for my family if I can be home with them and do what I need to do and still be able to bring in some good income. And then I
should have recorded that. That was good.
I told you I'm
good.
I've had lots of practice though. You haven't yet. You're going to get that. So then I might say, well, how do you do that? Now the conversation just switched. I'm leaning in now. How do you do that? Because I'm intrigued. And I asked you.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me. Okay, I'm going to tell you all about a game I played one night. Let me make sure Whitley knows we're still here. I'm going to tell I am recording for you and some others. Some people actually could not make it tonight, so I am recording for them. Okay. Some of them we might not see again, but oh well, I couldn't help it. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all a story that I did once, and I was just being, I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, I'll go to a school party. It's one of my son's school parties. And you know how you get really busy, and I work for the company. So I had, y'all don't tell on me, okay? I had to be on a conference call. It was kind of like I had to be there. They was getting on to us about not being on their calls. So I've got my iPhone in my pocket, and I'm looking at it every now and again. And my friend goes, the girl next to me, she says, "What are you watching, your stories?" And I said, "No," I said, I have to be on this conference call, and it'll end in just a few minutes, but I wanted to be here on time for my son's party because I brought some stuff, and I want to be here on time. So I'm just kind of keeping up with this and trying to keep up with the party for a minute. She's like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, we're doing our thing, and she says, "So what's it about?" I said, "I don't know, because honestly, I ain't been watching it." I said, "I'm just going to have to figure it out later." I said, "But I wanted to be here for my son." And I said, "That's the one thing I really love about my job is even though right now my time's kind of split, at least I can be here for my son and I can still fulfill my work obligations, even though I'm going to have to rewatch this later so that I know what was said. But at least they see I'm on live right now. But, you know, at least I can always be with my son even though I'm working full time." She's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, actually, I teach and train other people how to make money." I said, "A lot of times it's stay-at-home moms. Sometimes it's people who are underemployed. They just need to make some more money. Or sometimes it's people looking for a better life." I said, "But, I mean, that's what I do." I said, "I get to help people all day long and show them how to make money like I used to." "Well, what do you mean when you used to?" So I just kept fighting that urge. I never said it. And I said, because at this point, I'm playing a game. Okay. I can be a little silly sometime. At this point, I'm playing a game. And I said, "Well, when my son was born, I started to get this little side gig. And I started having a lot of fun with it because I was bored at my job. I had a big, exciting job, and I loved it, and it was fast-paced. And then when my son was born, I stepped down to a part-time job, and my God, I was so bored I couldn't stand myself. So I think I needed that people contact again. So I started this little side gig. And I said, and it wasn't but a year, I was able to stay home with him. And I've been home with him for, at that point, maybe 3 or 4 years. And I got to stay home with my son. That's why you see me. Well, she has seen me kindergarten through, I think that was 3rd grade or maybe 4th. I'm at every school function. I'm at every school event. I'm at everything he needs all the time. I said, and it's just been wonderful. I said, nothing could have been better than the opportunity I found. So she does. So she's like, "Hey, that sounds great." And then she don't say anything for a second. And then finally she says, "Oh my God, where do you work? I have to know." And I said, "Well, I'm with Avon." She goes, "Avon? They still have that?" And I said, "Yes, but not only do they have that," I said, "it's amazing. And you would not believe the benefits that you can get with an Avon business." I walked her right on out to my car. She said, "I got to talk to my husband and I want to talk to my family." I said, "That's fine." She says, "But I want to talk to you more." So anyway, me and her are still friends today. She never did sign up. But you see how excited she got?
Mm-hmm. I bet her husband discouraged her.
No, I think it had more to do with she's Hispanic and she was a little nervous about some things. Yeah. Now her husband's pretty nice, and she's got a real sweet kid and everything. I think it was more of that situation than it was anything else. She never told me, but I never asked because I had a feeling there was more to it. I had a feeling otherwise she would have signed up just so she could hang around me. She and I, we always had a good time at different things. Whitley said, what is campaign so it's tough to get on? What? Oh, Whitley has a camp. I'm sorry. I thought camp meant campaign. I was like, huh? All right, it's okay, Whitley. All right. So what do y'all think? How can you hold it back? How long should you hold it back?
I think we don't hold it back because I can, just from my personal experience, you want to say it and talk to them right then and there. And people are just zoom, 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 zoom. So you want to go ahead and just get it out. That's my personal experience.
Yeah.
It's hard to do a slow conversation.
Yeah. And you don't want to do a conversation too slow, but you got to find the right time to interject it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if life is going fast and she's at work and you can't talk to her about everything right then, right there, you can get her information and follow up.
Mm-hmm.
And find the right time. Now, I would love it if the right timing was right and you could go ahead and ask. But if you ask at the wrong, and I don't want to discourage y'all from saying this, but you got to find that right time. So I'm going to ask Haley and Phyllis, if y'all don't mind kind of unmicing, because you're both very good at recruiting. And I don't want anybody on this call to think you got to wait forever. I just want you to listen for the right time. The answer to the question I was looking for was when their interest is peaked. When their interest is peaked, it's the best time. You don't have to drag it out as long as I did. I told y'all I was just goofing. And I didn't think she was even going to take me seriously. But I really want to hear from y'all because y'all are really good at recruiting. You do a lot of it in face-to-face. You do a lot of it over the phone. You do a lot of it online. So why don't y'all tell the group how you best find ways to recruit? Christopher, go get my coat, please, and throw that away. Thanks, David.
Well, I know I have talked to a girl that I work with today and it was probably Monday, and like I said, I had my Avon pin going on. She's new at where I work at, and she's seen my Avon pin, and she asked me, she said, do you sell Avon? And I said, absolutely. And she said, oh, I just love Avon. I've known it's been around forever, and I just didn't know of any Avon representatives. And I said, well, girl, I'm standing right here. I can help you. What can I do for you? But she wanted the products, but she was really interested in selling it. So I really didn't have to do any of the talking. She was the one asking me. So I have had talked to another girl this week. And she is one of my customers, and she purchases a lot. And I just, she was talking to me about all the stuff that she wants, and I just brought it up. Hey, girl, there's a good way about getting this at a lot better price with the money that you spend. And she said, what? I said, well, start selling. Them were two of them that I've talked to, and that was the way I brought it up. And, the way they talk, they're planning on signing up, and I did have another girl that signed up just this week. So most of the time, I let them do the talking, and I just throw hints in there.
That's good. You said something really profound. You let them do the talking, and you throw hints in there. But now, I'm sorry, I got distracted with that. But you did ask them. You mentioned, why don't you start selling, right?
Yes.
Were you able to get to their why that day?
One of them I did.
Okay.
One of them I did. The other one I didn't, and we're still talking. Matter of fact,
that's right.
We've been talking for about a week now.
Yeah, you're still talking, and that's fine.
Yes.
Because sometimes you know when it's okay to say it.
Right.
Why don't you start selling then, and then maybe you get their why later.
Right.
It's just important to connect that why when you really want to show them how to make money.
Right.
Good job.
Right.
Okay, Haley, would you mind sharing?
Yeah, I don't mind. The biggest thing that I do is I kind of have a conversation with people and try to get to know them first and kind of get to know like them and see what they need. And then I start asking them open-end questions, and then they'll tell me their why, or I share my why with them. And that's where it's, took off with me, with just me telling them my story. And I live in a small town, like a few thousand people, and they know where I used to work. So they'll ask me, what do you do now? And I'm not going to tell them that I just sit at home, So I tell them I'm a sales representative. And they'll ask me, well, okay, so what company are you with? And they'll just keep asking me questions. And I never mention Avon. I just tell them, I'm able to stay at home, just like like Stephanie said. I don't mention Avon until the last minute. That never comes out of my mouth. I just tell them how, I'm able to pay for my rent, 3 months of my rent, my bills, how I got out of debt with my credit. I don't tell them Avon done this. Now with Facebook I do, but it's different. But when you're talking to someone one-on-one and you mention Avon, they're going to run away because they're going to feel like you're desperate, not, wanting to help them earn extra income. So I'll always just get to the heart first and see what they want out of it, or what can they do with an extra income.
Yeah, exactly. Getting to know them, learning. Everybody's going to have a different approach. I had some successful people in the past that will literally ask everybody they've ever seen, hey, you want to sell Avon? You want to sell Avon? I sell Avon. It's good. Come on, let's get this done. I'm not that kind of person, but it works for them. But, I think that you will find, most of y'all are pretty new, and you're going to find, like I discovered once I did this for a while, how great it felt to show someone how to change their life. When I started working with people and showing, and this was when I was a representative, and I seen that extra money, what it did for them and their family. And even more importantly than that, I think I noticed, like, after I become a district sales manager is when I noticed the self-image improve. And that's huge. Money can't buy that. When I seen people go from looking at the ground to looking up to thinking, I can do this, when I've been told I can't do anything, that's a game changer. So, when you're helping people, I think when you learn that, and you're helping yourself at the same time, you're getting to change. So I also want to say that Phyllis and Haley Phyllis is a silver ambassador. Haley is a gold ambassador. And they both have moved up. How long did it take you when you first started, Phyllis, to become a silver? Oh, you're muted, hon. You're muted. I unmuted you.
I believe. Oh, okay. It was less than a year.
Okay, so in less than a year, Phyllis went from new to silver ambassador.
Yes.
And then, and she's taking a little break. She's doing okay, Now she decides she wants to move a little further along. Haley started this year, made bronze ambassador LOA 3, if I'm not mistaken, and gold ambassador 2 campaigns ago.
Yeah.
We have also on our team, she'll be on my next call, my leadership call, bronze ambassador LOA 2. And the other one on my call is LOA 4 and silver ambassador. Now, I tell you this because we're all going to move at our own pace. There is no set thing that you have to do, but you need to know it's possible. One of the biggest challenges that I like to issue, but I don't like to scare people, it's got to be somebody tough, is can you make bronze ambassador in one campaign? And I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is yes. is that can you find 3 to 5 people in 1 2-week period, say campaign 22, for instance, and can you get them started and get them all to place their first order in campaign 23 and be a bronze ambassador? I'm not going to challenge y'all to do that. I'm just going to put it out there on the table. If anybody wants to pick it up, it's there. Hint, hint, don't make me hit you in the head with a hammer. But no, I'm just kidding. That's not for everybody, but if you really feel gung-ho enough to make that happen, then do it, and I'll support you any way I can to do it. So it's about time for me to get off of this call. We've got a few more minutes. Anybody have anything else that you really want to cover right now? Okay. All right. So, what is that? Did you say something, Tabitha?
No, I was just, and I guess I could message you about this later. I was just having a problem getting it set up on the fundraiser to do a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Are you trying to set up the actual fundraiser?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up to sell Herbie the Hedgehog.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see what I need to do, because when I call them, it's like, okay, I need to put the American Cancer Society on there. Do I need to check with American Cancer Society to do something about that?
They just want the money.
They just want the money, so I don't need to go get a tax exemption number or anything like that, or just...
Well, yeah, I guess you would. I'm not sure. I don't know that it works that way.
Okay, that's fine.
But you can call them and find out.
I didn't think it would, since I'm just not really doing it for them. Yes and no.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but you would need to cover taxes, and I don't know that they would just give you a tax exempt number.
I think I heard something on that on one of the calls I did the other day.
Does anybody know?
Thing.
Okay.
Is it Amanda's?
So I don't have the answer to that. So you might want to call either the American Cancer Society or call the fundraising help desk and ask them again.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty. Anybody else?
Can I use some of these suggestions on like Facebook, like to recruit?
Yeah, what kind of suggestions?
I don't know, just like you said something a while ago.
Just kind of reaching out and talking to people, building conversations through Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I don't want to take anything away from anybody else.
How would you do that?
Well, if there's suggestions, I don't want to.
No. This is a collaboration call. We are here to share ideas.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, we're here to share. If you have some super special secret tool weapon that you use to recruit people and you don't want nobody else to know about it, do not tell me. Because I'm going to share it with everybody.
Can we do incentives?
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. But let me ask you something. And yes, I have nothing against incentives, okay? But let me tell you this. If you're talking to someone about getting them to place an order or getting them to join your team, what's a bigger incentive? Ooh, I have this hand lotion if you sign up with me today. Or, you can make $500 to $1,000 a month when you just get started with Avon.
Okay.
I have nothing against incentives. They're great, okay? But that motivation for that person, if it came from how they're going to put food on the table, how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to stay home with their babies, that's way more important than any bottle of lotion. And they're going to work a lot harder for it.
Okay.
Because after all, they can buy their own bottle of lotion for like $2.
Yeah.
But incentives are good and they're fun, Like, for instance, those of you, I know it's 7:55, who might take me up on that challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, I'm not going to tell you to do it. But if you wanted to become a bronze ambassador in one campaign, and you went out and you worked your business and you signed up at least 5 people, I didn't say 3 because 3 won't not work, 5, and you went out and you signed them all up. They don't have to get their kit before they can start selling. Offer them this challenge. Their first order can be any size. Just get them started, because that first order is always the hardest. So I would take the daily care collection. I would challenge them to sell 10. If they sell 10 daily care collections, they are going to get $200 in sales. This means you will get your $50 bonus for each of them. They will be instilled with some confidence. And then give them a prize. Give them a lotion. Give them a perfume. Give them whatever you want. But say, if you can do this, I have a nice gift for you. Okay. Or if you can do this, tell me what you want out of the campaign brochure for $10. You can buy 2 or 3 things or 1, whatever you want. But I'll give you $10 worth of free product if you just sell 10 of these. See?
Okay.
And when you get your first one, we're really going to talk, because then I'm going to teach you how to. And I used to cautiously say hold their hand, because I don't want you to hold their hand. I want you to walk beside them and teach them how to make money.
Okay.
Okay. So I have to hop off of here because it's 7:56 and my leadership call's next. My leadership call is for people who are bronze ambassadors and above who want to become leaders. So I hope to see each and every one of you in January on my next bronze ambassador and above classes, okay? All right. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Some of you, I may be looking to see if we can change some times, because I think some people might have fell off. And if they did, we're going to fill some time slots to make it where I'm not insane anymore. I have worked from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night every night this week. We're gonna do some rearranging. All right. Have a great evening, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.